Do you ever find that happen, though? Like, what do you do? Sometimes there's drafts, right? And it's the exact same draft as, let's say, it was in game 1. What do you break down? What do you talk about?
Say similar stuff.
You go off
Bring
topic,
up new
right?
points.
That's
Go off topic. I mean, we got a different draft, though. It's not relevant, Kyle.
What would you say is the ideal ratio, and I'm sure we'll get Chad to weigh in on this as well, of bullshittery to serious analysis?
Depends on the tournament, but I would say
Yep.
a qualifier like this, 90 to 10.
90-10. All right. That's
For
This is a Valve DPC minor
for
capitalist.
For a LAN event, it's probably I would say the ideal ratio is actually 60-40 with
Really?
bullshit 60.
okay.
For TI, maybe it's 40-60.
Okay.
But I legitimately think that the draft is like incredibly boring from the viewing perspective, and bullshitting is just another word for entertaining.
Yeah. Especially when
Maybe we're not very good at it, but
Yeah. Well, it's also you got to consider that most analysts have no idea what they're talking about. Not us, of course.
True.
Not you guys. So wouldn't you rather have them just joking around versus making you laugh at their pitiful attempts at breaking down what's happening in front of you?
well,
regarding
Twitch
the
chat
draft?
doesn't know that any better.
That's true.
The analyst may not know hardly anything, but Twitch chat literally knows nothing. So to them, oh, he predicted Legion Commander 4 position.
Whoa.
That must be viable. Oh, man.
Is offlane just these 3 heroes now? Abba, Legion, Omni? Those feel like the offlaners right now.
I still think Centaur's okay.
Okay.
But Centaur's like, for me, like, whenever I'm asked about Centaur, like, Centaur's, he's good. He's ever, like, at least right now, he's not great. You know, like, everything that he does, he's not going to be great at it, but he's going to be a solid offlaner for you. You can go ahead and first pick that hero in pubs, and you'll feel okay about it. But I think the sustain aspect of these other heroes is just a lot better for the current meta.
Unrelated. But have you ever noticed that most people's noses look like downvotes? Mine is literally a downvote. Look at that.
As far as bullshit goes, this is like really up there on the bullshit meter, you know.
Well, I'm just
I
saying.
appreciate the.
I never realized
Why do you
that.
think that is, Kyle? Do you think there's some biological reason why?
I don't know what you're going for here.
Okay,
Are you saying it's pointing at something?
No,
Are you saying that?
Well, downvotes would have been based on our noses because they came later.
Do you ever realize?
Maybe it is pointing at something. Maybe
What?
it's the maybe it's like the tie. You know,
The what?
it's subconsciously pointing downward.
Okay. I don't know where you're going with this.
It's
The tie.
Yeah,
The
a
tie.
tie is subconsciously pointing at your dick.
But you wear a tie. It's not on your face.
Yeah, so I'm saying
It's a choice.
why is it point there?
I
Why?
didn't
Why
choose
is
I'm
my
saying,
nose.
like, biologically,
Well, yeah.
we evolved to have noses that point at our reproductive organs.
Oh yeah, but
they're
that's
like directing, people where to go for the sake
It's
of this
basically saying, like, hey,
survival of
hey,
humanity.
it's not up here. It's down here. Okay?
We need to procreate for humanity's sake.
exactly. That's why we do it. It's for the good of all.
Uh,
Gotta. How many?
Is there any other kind of sex other than procreation sex, Kyle?
Well, there shouldn't be.
Yeah.
If it was up to me. We
I feel like we can.
what the fuck, Cap?
I saw anime. I was like, I know
We
this is
need-
going to be good, whatever it is.
Can we take the stream down and start new 5 minutes later? You don't need
Go-
to see anything that's happened
Go
here.
Go next.
Nori.
Wow.
We got a sniper. Baby Knight's one of those mids who wants to just play his heroes, like Storm, Sniper. He has some heroes that he just likes to play.
I mean, they're trying to protect him. Maybe Ace has this idea with Gyrocopter that he's just not going to let go. He's saying, like, it is not going to be a damage dealer. I want to be a frontliner, and so they get this sort of glass cannon type carry for themselves.
Yep.
That is going to be protected by 3 different frontliners and has 2 different save mechanisms.
I don't know if this was a good sniper game before the Ember was picked. And you once again have this same issue where I don't see the beef in the draft. It's effectively ace. So to your point, Cap, I think he's got to play a different style here. He needs to go for that drum zag style because he's got to get involved in the team fight. He's got to run in first, but you're going to get stunned, arrowed, spammed. LC won't want to enter. Baby Knight can't commit. You've got Alina 5. Like, this whole draft is just far too squished for my liking.
I guess I was saying, like, I was more focused on the S and Y aspect of his draft.
I
The weird,
There's
like,
no
tanky
way.
part of that build.
Yeah, it's not. That item is a trap.
No, I'm
you
saying-
compare
Gold.
S and Y to
Yeah.
Ags, it's like, why would you ever get S and Y when
It's
you can
more.
get
No, I
Ags?
totally
yeah,
agree.
yeah. It's no, it's 100 gold cheaper, but it doesn't give you
Yeah.
as much HP. The auto attack for free.
Yeah.
It gives you more movement speed. That's like the main difference. Less damage, less everything, except you get some movement speed.
Prepare for battle.
Prepare for
Well,
a lesson.
it's do or die for Ascomanni. The Danish boys.
Not bad at all.
Let's go.
Do we want game 3? You want game 3?
Depends.
You want some hype?
Well,
Is that
that
what you
depends. So regarding us working, do we want fast games? Like, is there a way I can go home early? Not to say I want to, but I'm just
Kyle
wondering.
hates casting Dota. Got it. Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
classic
whoa,
Kyle.
whoa. No, yeah, careful with those pictures. We can keep it PG, man. Much like we here have been keeping it PG, you gotta do the same.
Also, shout out to the boys in chat discussing how much they loved the draft. I love the draft too, and I'm glad that you guys recognize the importance of this critical part of our game.
What, did they just copy spam? I love the draft smile. Because I can't really feel like that is... I just can't imagine how many people are tuning into a Dota game and like, thank God I'm here in time for the drafts. What's going to be the first ban?
Well, I am that way.
Yeah, Minty's not in range
Yeah,
of the
me
arrow.
too.
Here we go. Wraith Fire Blast. Arrow's gonna be off the mark.
That's
They had a disruption and a Wraith Fire Blast
Jeez.
and couldn't land an arrow. Something messed up.
ouch.
Yep. Trialing versus trialing up here.
Sniper dumpster Ember Spirit in lane. I'm sure he does, right? Then the game gets really terrible for you. I think I've asked this question before. I think I was casting with Blitz.
Sniper favorite, I guess, but I wouldn't say like dumpster maybe.
I think it's not even. It depends. Sniper, I think if you go the 2 points headshot build, you actually can dumpster an Ember Spirit.
Yeah.
I've seen that a couple times. You just hit him in the face.
And you just double Wraith Band up as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of an RNG matchup because like he just got 2 denies first wave with the headshot. Like the headshot procs can really determine so much in this matchup.
Yeah. The thing is, you can't really deal with the Flame Guard. Whoa, wow. Holy crap. Is he just running him down? What the
Yeah,
hell?
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be damage him. Won't be a kill, but
I thought he was going to just go for it. He had one more. I was like, all right, baby night, get it.
Well, they're tri-laning top lane, and well, so far anyway, they haven't actually done anything.
He got hit by that. That's a joke. Not gonna get close, but yeah, they're losing the 3v2 right now.
And Hester Joe doesn't even have like the value overwhelming odds against 3 heroes. You know, he's got the press the attack build.
Yeah, might see what he skills now at level 2. Yeah, gets the overwhelming odds now. Spartan had best be a little bit careful. MNT's arrow cooling down. He did arrow a neutral here. Help him get level 2 so you can, you're playing this trial and you're not getting much XP.
I've been enjoying Legion Commander a lot lately because it feels like the laning phase, you have 2 different builds that will answer whatever the enemy does.
Yep.
If they defensively tri-lane, you have a build where you can go more levels in overwhelming odds and still feel good about the lane. If they defensively just dual lane, or even like the support is pulling a lot and you're playing a lot of 1v1, then you have this maxed out moment of courage where you just right-click them out of lane. It feels great.
Risk gets to the rune in time to cancel.
It's a lot
the
like
reach.
Centaur was before the nerfs, right? Well, obviously now you would just max retaliate, but for a while, you know, you'd get extra points in stun sometimes. Sometimes you'd max double edge, and you could go for kills.
Yeah.
Either way, you're gonna be value. Axe is similar. Sometimes the second point in Battle Hunger just zones the support completely.
True.
Spawn thought about disruption there, didn't end up going for it. This feels pretty bad for Finem. Like, they're tri-laning and kind of losing the lane. And their other lanes aren't going much better. Like, I think MNT realizing this is not ideal is going to start rotating.
Tree is great when he's just zoning out one hero. It's the same as like Jakiro. It's like one of those supports you can't fight, does tons of damage to you. So they're gonna be relatively happy though. Skylark doing a good job pulling creep waves.
And he's trying to get the angle on mid. He's behind. If he hits this arrow, likely kill. Leaps forward. He's just going for the leap right clicks. Doesn't even throw the arrow at risk of missing it and gets the nice close range one for a first blood.
How did Ember Spirit get that close in the first place?
I don't know.
Good question. Straight and hits it, I guess. Oh, well, first blood goes their way because CS-wise struggles. 11 denies on both Gyro and Sniper.
Well, that's concerning because positioning is really important on Sniper, and the laning phase is the easiest time for your positioning. It's only going to get harder from here.
Yeah, well, Baby Knife come back to lane. Has some Wraith bands, but needs to be very careful about how he plays this one out. Bottle on MNT. He's just moving around, going to start maybe arrowing some jungle creeps, get himself some more levels in XP, although there isn't really any good jungle camps for him to get here. So he might just be looking for mid lane once again. Can he get the arrow from behind? It's going to be close. It's going to be perfect. The pings come out. He's pinging. He wants the TP. 1 TP, 2 TPs.
That was a beautiful arrow.
Yep. Found the line. MNT. Does have a leap charge left. Should be okay here. Noya baits it out. Throws an arrow and will be on his merry way. Estejo comes in as well. Yeah, MNT did not want to go for that bounty rune. It will be 3 bounty runes for Finem though. Thug getting the double bottle refill.
The prize is mine.
I think one of the things that feels great about the Murata 4 is that you don't have to go boots right away. You know? Like, you've got all this mobility without having to get your boots. You can go with this, like, fast bottle build.
MNT was not expecting a treant there.
Yeah, now full tri-lane, because, you know, Gyrocopter is going to be able to do pretty well against Omni Knight. Most Omni Knights in a 1v1 are able to, like, just man-fight the carry, but Rocket Barrage is such an efficient damage-dealing skill that Purification doesn't quite meet it. Spartan is going to die in the top lane. Tree Protector finding the opening despite how many trees have been cut down.
Not the friendliest of lanes, but still having an impact. Yeah, I guess the nice thing about this Gyro Omni matchup now that, you know, Repel's being replaced with Heavenly Grace is that your magic damage doesn't ever get negated. Always have that kill threat, even though there is heals, of course. Double damage bottom. It looks like another rotation on the Baby Knight. Level 5 only on Ember. Mirana coming in from the north. Is it? Oh, hits the arrow. Yep, another kill.
What I don't like about this is that, like, they don't... Well, they have 2 save mechanisms. None of them are, like, that overwhelming save. You know? It's like when you have Centaur and you say, like, oh, that's a good save mechanism for Sniper.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe, but most of the time he's probably already been gone on and really caught. Living Armor's not actually going to save you. Overgrowth is going to be okay. They've got this press the attack, but that's coming from a core that usually wants to play a little bit forward, not just react to somebody getting gone on. I don't know. It's just...
Is he going to die again? Disruption arrow. He just TP'd in. Noya is here, but it's too late.
Nicely done.
That's the depressing one, when you die the second you TP in as a mid laner. That's where 90% of NA mids just go, say GG and mid.
Where did Kyle go?
I don't know. He gave his stomach a little rub and
Oh,
pointed it away. So I
feel it.
think he's you know, recovering from last night or something maybe. Maybe the morning coffee.
You're going to try and gank Ace too.
Needs to be careful. Any disruption could lead to an arrow.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Easy shot.
God, Shadow Demon Mirana just feels so good. You run around,
Yeah.
getting kills together. As long as you've got like strong solo standing cores, and you do. Omni Knight, you gave Wraith King enough of a lane, I think. Like Wraith King's not a hero you can really leave alone, but now that he's level 6, he'll feel a little bit better. Bottom lane, they're going to chase Skylark away from that tower. Even if they fail to get this kill, which I don't think they will, they'll be able to pick it up. Just chasing him away from the tower and the Siege Wagon push is really important.
Yeah, they'll get some damage on this bottom tier 1, but
Structures are fortified.
nothing too crazy. As it stands, this sniper, despite having the early game CS advantages, down at 2.5k net worth, struggling to get farm. Similar net worth to the Mirana. MNT's managed to have a pretty damn good impact on this early game, despite the trail lane not really feeling all too impactful early on.
I think the crazy thing is like Wraith King, how efficiently you can just go jungle with your skeletons. You know, like no matter how bad the lane is, if you can get to level 5 and pop Mortal Strike with a full round of skeletons, you're going to clear through so many neutrals.
And by the time they're kind of gone, you've got your next summon up with full stacks again. You know, there's a reason certain players like to play 5-position jungle Wraith King. You know? He's definitely probably the only hero that can kind of effectively jungle out of that. Maybe like Enigma too, of course, but
That almost sounds like you're saying it's underrated, Gods. That more people should respect the 5 Wraith King.
played a 5 Wraith King in a pub just yesterday or 2 days ago with Owen and Cheever.
How'd that
This
go?
was unranked. This was unranked. No,
Okay.
So it wasn't like I was assigned 5 position, but I did lane with a Faceless Void.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it was a Void Wraith King lane. I ended up with a lot more fun than the Void. It was one of those unranked games. He was like he's made his account like in early 2018, so he was like a super new player.
Oh, okay.
He was really struggling. I wasn't making his life much easier, but at the same time, like, pretty sure we had a better chance of winning the game with me playing 5-position jungle Wraith King than actually supporting this guy who, no, was a new player. Like we were being like we weren't flaming or whatever. It's just like, well, we got to do our best to try and carry this guy. But yeah, jungle Wraith King. It's, you know, from the 1-position jungle Wraith King makes sense. Welcome back, Kyle. You've missed
What do you mean?
nothing at all.
I've been here the whole time.
Okay. Did a disappearing act on us. That's what the wizard hat's for.
Oh yeah, I just had some business to take care of, but it's all good now.
Good to know. Good to know.
No, I know what that means.
The prize
Excuse
is
you.
mine.
It's okay, Kyle. We all got business to take care of sometimes.
What happened to Baby Night?
I mean, you saw
he's-
his 3 deaths, I guess. Yeah.
He has a bracer, guys.
He's
He's
been
not
dumpstered.
feeling good.
He's been dumpstered. Shadow Demon Mirana. And they don't really have a way to counteract that.
I just say, like, I love the bracer. Like, that is the symptom of tilt right there. And it's a mild one. It's sort of like, it's like being vaccinated for tilt. You're like, you know what? I usually go through Wraith bans, but I'm sick of dying. I'm going to get this one bracer, and I won't need to run down mid.
Yeah. So you approve of the bracer then?
Not
When you say you love it, like
especially.
you enjoy it as a like spectator point of view, or do you actually, as
Yeah,
an analyst,
like
agree with it?
It sounds like to me like I'm supposed to, now that when my allies tilt in a pub game, like my Huskar who AFK jungle, like instead I should be saying purchase bracer, you know,
Yeah.
like that chat wheel command.
Well, he'd buy a Wraith band, but yes.
Well, that was the most lackluster duel I've ever seen, and now Hestajo may pay for it. The arrow going to catch Treant after the Legion kill. Ad Finem just looked like the better team today. Like,
Yeah.
plays like that just make me wonder, like, what the hell's going on? That duel wasn't even close. And what's happening down here? Noya. Ooh, nice LSA. Catches Thug. But the Sleight of Fist is still there. They just look a class above Ascomanni. Even when Ascomanni have, like, theoretically, they were winning 3 lanes at some point,
Yeah.
and then rotation started happening. Ad Finem just making better moves.
They are as we've said, probably the most inconsistent team that has ever existed in Dota. So not really a surprise that they look like a different squad on a day-to-day basis. But this definitely looks like one that could very possibly be attending the minor. They can keep playing like this.
Yeah, they got Singularity should they win this game. Singularities look solid. You know, they kind of pushed NIP to the limit in the upper bracket match.
Yeah. Oh, Midas on Sniper?
Yeah, they've got the...
He's got CDR, you know. This is the build, kind of. I don't know if it is the build, but it's a build.
What is it with these Legions maxing out their overwhelming odds? And it goes back to that conversation we just had about attack speed, right? Do you think that's partly why this press the attack is actually way better than we realize?
It's 140 attack speed at level 4. It's
okay,
a lot.
so here's the thing. From my understanding, the way the formula works.
Bad thought, Kyle. Big call down used defensively. Ace trying to get the hell out of there. The overgrowth in play as well as Madara goes charging in. He's got reincarnation, so he's happy to frontline this one. The Jewel is not going to really do a whole lot against the disruption. Skylark did get off the Guardian Angel as well. No casualties just yet. Gyro the first to fall on Adfinem. They want more. It looks like they should be able to get a Tree and Protector at least. Charging forward. Madara's got another stun in a couple of seconds. Could be using that to set up an arrow, but he can't get close enough. The arrow, going to be dodged.
Oh, no, it does.
Oh, there we go, yeah. Baby Knight. I was like, I saw it missed the first 2 arrows. It got the one in the back. There's no more press the attack. And it looks like Hestajo will instead go down. Yeah. Assassinate. Oh, Spartan. This guy is a good spell user. I'll give him that. As Finem do end up losing the Mirana after that. As Skylark getting very low. Needs to find a way out of this one. I don't really think there is.
That's not a hiding hole.
Trying to juke with the Moonlight Shadow, but he goes down.
So, attack speed versus damage in the formula. Once you have about 100 more damage than attack speed, they become equal. And effectively, 1 IAS equals 1 damage. So if you look at press the attack. Now, most heroes this early in the game are going to have more attack speed than damage. So the points are not quite as effective. But still, 140 attack speed. If that said bonus damage and the max level was 100, do you think it'd be easier for people to understand why it's so valuable? Especially considering once you get into the late game, it actually is full value. So it's effectively like 145 damage. Doesn't that sound a hell of a lot better? Like, it makes you respect it as a skill more, at the very least.
Yeah, but I don't think this is the wrong build for this game, to be fair. Like, they know Adfinim's going to be running it at them, a lot of 5-manning, and they just don't have damage otherwise.
There's Kujo. Behind enemy lines, and dead behind enemy lines. Now we're going to go flying. Is there a Baby Knight sniper behind there? Nope.
Oh, runes. Guys, nighttime. A bottom abandoned.
Who's going to go down there? Madara's just been hitting creeps. He's having a great time. Circles around those bounty runes. Somebody ought to go get them. Oh, thanks, God. Teams can't see that one. And up. Brilliant. Dusted. 1 sleight of fist. Not even needed. Fire remnants there. And that Finem are just rolling through him.
Why'd they force that top push? Like, the previous fight went good for them because Adfinem overextended themselves. But they are not on equal footing with Adfinem, obviously.
This is without Wraith King even being involved. That's the especially bad part. But
it took like 3 rounds of overwhelming odds for you to almost kill 1 hero last time in a fight, you know? Like,
Legion was like playing behind the top tier 1 tower. Like, I don't think Hestajo has any right being there. Yeah, he's kind of tanky with this double bracer cloak, but you're not that tanky. This Ember does a lot of damage with this 4 points of sleight of fist.
I do appreciate his build, though. I think Bracers is a super underrated item on these Legion commanders. I don't know why people aren't getting more. Everyone just like tries to rush their Blink Dagger or Blade Mail or something.
No, this build, I think every strength hero, there's never a game where I look at an offlaner with Phase Boots double bracer and think, oh, that wasn't the right move.
Okay, well, they catch the Omni Knight. This is a great kill if they can blow him up fast enough.
I don't know if they can. Disruption's there. Spartan with the save. Dust to scout everyone out. Okay, he's going to get stunned out of the disruption, so that's going to set up an LSA on 2. Spartan barely still alive, but here comes Slug. The Assassin will still finish off Spartan. Buyback from the Mirana. As that film go charging forward. Madara's got 1 charges, so can pop reincarnation. Ooh, no, yeah. There's still 5 alive. They can still take this fight. Remnanting in is Thug, and he's looking to actually clean this one up with the buyback from MNT. The overwhelming odds damage is huge, and he's done for. Assassinated in the back lines. Finem still losing more. They've lost Wraith King as well. That's his second death.
Wow.
And Ascomanni take the fight convincingly.
I mean, they got the Omni to start things off. That's how it's got to work. And as soon as that happens, suddenly things are blown wide open.
Hey, this sniper with this build is like deceptively tanky, so he doesn't immediately, like, he can actually stand and fight. He can stand there and assassinate somebody else while the Wraith King tries to right-click him, and it doesn't matter too much.
You really like the phrase deceptively tanky. Like, you can't just say they're tanky, but they're deceptive about it.
I mean,
you click their health pool and you're like, whoa.
He's a little dwarven agility hero with a gun. Most gunmen in fantasy games, you know, they're not tanks.
That's not true. What about the Punisher? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
In fantasy games.
You saying the Predator is a real thing?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I love the look.
Also, the real scary part of the Predator is when he goes to melee form. No one's afraid of getting shot by the Predator's laser.
That's true.
It's the claws that you're really scared of.
I really like Parker's or God's looks of like incredulity or incredulity, whatever the word is. He just throws them. He'll just look. He'll look at them. He'll be like, and you can see the gears turning. And they give him a conclusion. You know, in the old school movies, they feed the computer a bunch of data, and then it just comes out like insufficient information to make whatever. That's just that's what his expression shows me.
I'm hearing you, and I sometimes look over, trying to figure it out, and you're kind of right. Like usually the conclusion is, I don't know what the fuck to say.
Yeah, there really isn't. You know, I get to feeling that way a lot of the time. Like. We'll get into it after this fight. I don't want to get philosophical.
What's the Omni again? This is the hero you got to pick off to start the fight. Disruption is there. Arrow catches out the lean, and Noise in trouble in it. That's an easy turnaround for Finem.
What the fuck are they doing? What universe is that going to work? That's an active shrine. The Omni Knight's full HP. He's got a bracer, a hood, a full wand. Hello? What was that?
It was their college try, you know. It's just like, let's give it a go.
They did that. They already did the college try.
Also, why does Noya never use his Laguna Blade whenever they duel somebody?
Yeah, he should just use it almost like at the start for the fiery soul stacks or something.
Yeah, to make sure you don't like overlap your damage.
Yep.
Right? Just get the full amount to get your attack speed going right away. You're going to use your LSA at the end of the duel anyway, so you want to be able to do, like R, Q, and then W at the end. I don't know if he didn't do it last time either, but you know they ended up winning that fight, so I gave him a pass. It's just weird, bad decision making from Ascomanni.
Bounty runes again, and once again, Finem will get the majority of them. Madara's just had free reign over this bot lane. He's probably like telling his team like, we should have never fought top. I've been free farming this entire Radiant jungle and bot lane for the entirety of this game.
He's using bot tower with skeletons. That's his Radiance. Wow. Hey, neither team is really on a clock, but I agree. Ascomanni, like, they had a really fat sniper after that first engagement. Like, you could just chill. He's got a Midas. Like, this hero will carry. Wraith King is scary, but you've got Tree. And whenever I have Tree, I always feel confident. It's not like you're going to be buying Manta on the Wraith King.
Oh, my. Great sentry from Spartan, and doesn't actually end up using the Disruption.
Well, but he smokes.
Smoke back in.
Arrow.
All right.
See, Master is. This is looking like a kill. He drops the root just, I think, because he knows he's going to die here. Madara is coming. Radiance is on the courier. It's going to be arriving any second here. Skylar in some trouble. That Disruption may decept this Lina LSA. It's not there, though. The GA does come out as Master is ends up going down to the Fire Remnant. Jewel is there. It's not even going to get the kill. But they do take out the Omni Knight nonetheless. Arrow, Baby Knight.
You lose. Good day, sir.
Treant should not have died there, but walked in to put a Leech Seed down, then just died to the Remnant and out.
Yep.
Well, at least Legion's going to have pipe soon.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I respect
under
that.
attack.
He takes the build that will help out his team over like the traditional Legion Commander builds. I don't actually think that Phase Boots is that good, or sorry, not Phase, Blade Mail is that good for this game. I think Blink Dagger is nice against Ember Spirit, but it's not as good as giving that standing fighting power to your gyrocopter and sniper.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm just not a fan of the pipe rush, is my thing.
Yes.
I think that Solar Crest or Vlad's, like, there's... Again, it just comes back to, like, if you're an offlaner, you go phase double bracer, Vlad's Solar Crest. Like, I like it. There's never a game that's going to be bad. These here items like pipe are risky, although it does deny the Radiant's timing in a way from Finem as they look to push this mid-tier 1.
Tree got very low. They'd already used the arrow, though. Dara getting brought fairly low here. Has the reincarnation available.
Look at the Radiant HP. They haven't even got the free life
Being
yet.
chipped away at by this Ember Spirit. The Sleight of Fist spam is just too much to deal with. One more Sleight of Fist might finish him off. Luckily, there's a root. Doug, Overgrowth up. That's going to save this
They
fight.
got him.
But they do lose 2. It could have been a whole lot worse if not for that. Skylark has a heal, not going to go for it. Instead, just watches himself fall. 2 for 2 trade. Luckily, the Treant saves that fight with that Overgrowth, because that
seriously.
would have been very ugly if not.
We'll say Sniper Tree is some sauce, and we're seeing it work. I mean, the concern you've got with the Wraith King, you can't ever itemize to deal with root. You can buy a BKB, but now it'll just be saved for you. Ace, it looks like he's just feeding, and in a way he is, but I actually don't mind that play. He has to be the frontliner.
Yeah.
There's no one else on his team that can do it, so he just sits there, absorbs the fire, sets up Finem to become 5-man rooted, the real carry sniper. He not only stays alive, he cleans up a nice 10-time streak on Thug.
Big kill. How much gold do you get for that one? 800 gold going Sniper's way. Baby Knight's been top of net worth for a little bit. We'll have a BKB next. Hits level 20. And there's that Assassinate cast time.
Oh, that BKB timing is going to be so good. Yeah, I think this is why I like that pipe so much, is that the Ember Spirit and Wraith King, you saw it even in that fight, right, where they were going for the Omni Knight earlier, and they picked up the Radiance halfway through. They said, we can fight now, because they think they're really strong, but this pipe like completely kills his timing, and it's going to cover up. It's going to be a nice little Band-Aid for this potentially exposed wound that Ascomanni could be dealt. They're going to cover that up for just like this 5-minute timing. They're going to get their BKB on the
And then they're going to rip that Band-Aid off.
And then they're going to be good.
What?
At least Cap's metaphors and analogies make sense, Kyle. Half the time with Euros, it's like, where the hell are you going with this?
That's just... I get what you're saying, Cap. I get what you're saying. And let me just say that what I think they really need is they got to just take their antibiotics. Make sure that that wound doesn't get infected. And how that which team were we talking about with the Band-Aid?
Ascomanni.
Ascomanni. They just need the BKBs, and that'll function like antibiotics.
Overgrowth under 2. Here comes the Ember from behind. A lot of damage coming out. They blow up the Legion Commander. They can't deal with the Omni this fight. Noise in the trees, but that's going to be a dead. Lina Sniper is here, but can't see anyone. They're all invis. He's going to be forced to run. He doesn't want to deal with them, even with the BKB. This fight is all but over because of the Guardian Angel being still available as well, and Bounty Runes will be claimed.
Nice. Good job by Masterisk, though. He's already bottom. He's going to scoop those up. This is the 3rd time in a row the teams have been unaware that bounties are spawning as they take engagements.
They literally fought because Bounty Runes were spawning, Kyle.
There's no one bottom.
Yes, because they were 5v5ing top lane.
But why are they 5v5?
Because
it should be
Bounty
4v4.
Runes.
Both players
Bounty
should have
Runes
somebody
are
bottom that can be teleporting in.
They're
Gods.
5v5 because they want to win the fight. And if the other team is 4 and you have 5, you can win the
I
fight.
have no fog of war. All right, these teams do. So they don't know any better like we do.
Yes.
We're playing with perfect information. So obviously,
how dare teams 5-man around Bounty Runes? That is a completely unconventional, terrible strategy, Kyle.
All right, guys. I think it's time to kick Kyle from kick him from the broadcast.
what? Don't do that. It was just one guy in chat. It wasn't serious. I need this job.
Sorry,
I got
Kyle.
kids.
It's over.
Didn't work. No. Plot armor. You know what makes me sad, though? 5 minutes from now, someone's going to say, yeah, kick him. And I'm going to read that. And then I'm going to feel bad about myself.
Oh, chat's going to be filled with, yeah, kick him now.
Just like Ascomanni will feel bad if they're not able to pull out the comeback down 1-0.
Whoa, are you suggesting Ascomanni should kick someone, Kyle? Holy
No.
shit.
Kyle, you know what you need to do? You just got to soar over the haters, my friend.
Oh, yeah. there's anyone that understands, that's R. Kelly. He could run from his haters, but not from the police.
Well, he did do that for... He did dodge his accusations for a really long time.
But they found him in the end. Oh, man, the newest, I just Googled the news stories. It's not looking good for our boy. However,
our boy.
You know what?
Our boy.
I don't care how long they send him to prison. You can't deny that the remix to Ignition is a banger and will be for years to come.
Yo, where's the remix to Ignition on this? I need that now.
Oh, dear.
Think about how many ways you could use that, you know? You're talking about, like, you know, if a team's really dominating one, you could talk about, man, they're just humiliating them right now. Just peeing on their gray, and then you just pop the Ignition, you know?
All right. That's a little dark, but if you say so. 9 vessel charges on maybe next
watching
time.
that he had 10 before.
Wow.
I feel like that's never a
Has fallen.
good
That's
sign
not a-
that you're
that's
not
not-
using them. You want to be using these charges.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it's a better sign than having 0.
Yes, yeah. You know, like 3 to 5 looks okay, but 9 to 10, it's like, come on, dude, what are you doing? Just chuck them out in the fight.
Yeah, they need a BKB on Gyro. I'd really like to see a Vlad's. I hate this pipe on the Legion Commander when both your cores are buying BKBs. Like, please, God, just a Solar Crest.
Just saying 5 minutes ago you liked the fight.
No, I didn't.
No.
I said I wanted Vlad's or Solar Crest, and then offlaners could go phase, double bracer, Vlad, Solar Crest, and it doesn't matter what hero they are, I'd like it.
Thoughts,
But
Cap?
God, he was
I said
not the
I tried to
damage
find a
dealer, though.
reason why it was okay. It hit the same timing as the Radiance. However,
He was the Band-Aid. Remember?
yeah, but they needed Neosporin. Cap, the wound is infected. And you just want us to put a Band-Aid on it and forget about it? You've got to get in there and deal with the pus.
Arrow
Uh-oh.
catches out Ace with Roche hitting him as well. Some sustainers there from the Treant and Legion though. And Finem are ready to rumble around the pit. Full smoke around. Game on. Moonlight Shadow popped as well. Going to be wearing off fairly soon. Can they get the initiation? Master Risk at the Roshan pit. Sentry comes near him. That's going to scan him out if he moves any closer. They're going to see him soon. Master Risk desentries it though. And uh-oh. Bad news for Ace. He's been caught out. Picked off. What's he doing there in no man's land?
That really is no man's land. Because
Tree? Okay, they didn't see him. And yeah.
where are you going with that? Like, I don't think you want to cross over to the river at that point.
They found Treant with an arrow. Yep, they're going to go in. They immediately purge it off. Buyback from the gyrocopter. We'll see if Finem want to come in. I believe they just want to disengage.
Oh, where's the overgrowth, though? They bought back. They needed to catch him on the high ground.
Yeah, Master is still very low. Arrow comes flying through. Doesn't hit anyone. Finem likely just looking to disengage. Bounding runes are there, hence why teams are 5v5 and not 4 top 1 bottom as
Stop looking at me, guys.
once ex-captain of a Tier 3 NA Dota team suggested they should do. And Finem go back to the standoff around the Roshan pit.
Never refuse good.
Lots of vision. Look at the warding. 5 wards placed around this Roche pit. Finem taking no chances. They will see you, and they will find you.
Ace is doing it again. Ace just went topped and pushed the lane a little bit more. He's got a very specific style of farming. His idea is, again, it seems very good for Arc Warden and Naga Siren.
Yeah, the heroes that you don't worry about dying on.
Yeah.
Well, Wraith King just picked up an AC, so suddenly Finem get a whole lot
Wow.
scarier, and Masterist finds that one out the hard way. While all this is going on, a giant skeleton army might start pushing this top lane as well. He's got the double skeletons ready to go. Oh, arrow lands. Noya gets stunned up after the press the attack purge, and they really want to go and
I mean,
try to get this
Finem,
road.
like, even when they get this pick off, they can't actually do Roshan. They have to find a way to get onto the high ground and take the fight to Ascomanni.
Yeah.
Because Sniper's way too strong in this position. It's a double high ground.
Well, they're going to go try and force that fight. They Moonlight Shadow up. Scanned up, but it's too late. Ace has already been caught. He does not have his BKB still. He just pulled back. He cannot afford to die here. Madara in the front lines. Looking for this kill with the GA. There's just no damage really being dealt. They're not too afraid of this sniper right now. And uh-oh, Baby Knight's got a Wraith King on him. He may have a BKB, but this Wraith King is a big, big problem with the Assault Cuirass. Baby Knight forced to run away. The Sleight of Fist damage starting to add up, and that BKB is about to wear off. The arrow, it's going to hit his BKB, luckily for him, but unfortunately it wears off, and Thug is there to clean him up with the help of Madara. What a time to take a fight. The AC, it's the difference maker, as they will get the pentakill. And they've got a Skelly army ready to go.
Did you just say pentakill?
Yep.
Ew. You are disgusting. You are banned from play-by-play for the rest of this entire series.
That's looking like that's only the next 2 or 3 minutes at this rate.
Yeah, man. It just... There's not enough damage on this Radiant side, and I blame the itemization in a lot of ways. They do not have Medallion. They do not have a Vlad's. And you can see the sniper is doing what he can, has the Daedalus, but he's just tickling Madara. That AC coming in clutch. It's a 10 armor swing. That is substantial.
He wasn't able to like stand and fight when he popped his BKB. He was just forced to run because Wraith King was already on top of him. So double lane of racks, and that Finem close to sealing the deal.
It just doesn't help the fact that they always have to play around each other when they have this sniper and gyrocopter combo. How many times was Madara able to just like really push out bottom lane?
Yeah.
And like skeletons push
Dude,
all the way to tier 3.
When he is farming a hard camp and his 3 skeletons are just getting last hits on tier 2 towers, you know there's issues with the way the lanes are being dealt with.
I mean, I get the general concept that you don't play in this bottom lane as Ascomanni, but you still send like a
Lina there.
Yeah,
exactly.
You still send a hero there. Wraith King literally had the entire bottom lane and Radiant jungle the entire game. He made a mistake TPing top for that fight, which was probably like a team call that they want to take that fight, but you can't give that much freedom to an enemy hard carry.
Yeah.
That's like taking it to the extreme.
Deceptive rune of
Oh.
invisibility.
Big gold lead, double Rex lead. Roshan still standing.
Yeah, I get him Scepter. That is
Under the
troublesome.
vision. They
for
know
a
they're
sniper.
there, and they're clumped up as 5. Finem is about to get nasty with it.
This one's all you, Kyle.
All right, sure. I
I'm-
forgot.
I'm
Yeah, you've been
mad,
devoted.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
hang on. We got posturing. Gyrocopter on the high ground. Ace trying to do his best to break the smoke. He knows he's got to be the one to absorb the action.
All right, Kyle.
What?
The build up.
Oh, sorry.
Action's not happening yet, so like,
Well, that's-
take it a little bit
Sorry,
slower.
you're right.
Build up the tension before the fight actually
We got. You
starts.
see, you need foreplay for the team fight.
yeah,
is what
dude,
you're saying.
just like trying to ram it in right now. And, like,
Okay.
that's no good.
Got it. So they're gonna. The analysts, quick. What's happening?
Well, they're
The
getting
bounty
they're
Yeah.
pushing out bottom lane to get themselves like a better position for this team fight.
And Finim's just, it's like they're falling back. They realize they forgot the lube, and they gotta take it nice and easy. Nice and slow.
Finem, they're in a position with 2 racks slain already. They can only lose the game at this point. They want to fight under their vision, get that advantageous team clash they've been waiting for. Ember Spirit's bottom, but he does have TP and that Aghanim, so his travel time is very, very fast. It's sort of like when the Wright brothers invented the airplane.
Yeah, they're just gonna look to shove out bottom lane, knowing that this is gonna force a defense, and then perhaps Roshan could go down. Arrow's gonna land.
They don't have a boots of travel hero, so somebody needs to
Yeah.
walk down there now, defend it. That way they can TP out to the shrine. Or there's no shrine. Oh, geez, that is a terrible place to fight then. I mean, it's just impossible for them to take the fight over there, I think.
Shadows take
And
us.
Moran and Viz coming out. They're looking to get in there. Ascomanni in some trouble. BKB forced by Baby Knight, but he's going to get abyssal in the face, and Madara's just clashing him to the mouth. He just died. Jesus Christ, that's hard carry on hard carry action. Now Hesta Joe's taking the stun, gets the blade mail off, but I don't know if it's going to matter. The arrow, it's going to juke it, but it will not hit the Lina as the rest of the squad looks to escape. Another BKB by Ace. He's going to be able to get out of here. Thug tanks a rocket to the mouth, but he's going to be just fine. Hiding in the trees is master risk, but it does look like he's going to escape undetected as Finem follow their incredibly farmed Wraith King towards the final remaining tier 3 tower. Hesta Joe, what?
Just the basics of that strategy, right? Like, push out bottom. They don't have a boots of travel hero. They
Yeah.
don't have their shrine. They can't fight up there, right? And Ascomanni still postured like they could play up in that area, but their gyrocopter had already left them. Like,
Again, Ace just getting immediately initiated on. Does not have the BKB any longer. Thug also getting very aggressive with Skylark in the center. Maybe next time forced to leap away. Hestejo's going to go down. Gyrocopter now 100% dead. Ace falls, and Thug is just rampaging through the back lines. They take out 3, force the buyback, but it doesn't matter. The GGs are called. Ascomanni banished back beyond the outer rim as Finem, the Greek stack, go back to face Singularity in a BO5 for a spot at the most coveted minor of this new DPC circuit. That's right, boys and girls. It's right here at Beyond the Summit Studios.
Hell yeah, it is. Finem, they're looking like, they're on their good day. Hopefully it's not a good series and it is a good day.
Don't get ahead of yourself. They get like the song "Devil Went Down to Georgia" by the Charlie Daniels Band.
Yes.
No.
Great song. You're missing out. But it's almost as if Finem have this deal where they have to alternate being a really good team or not quite as good team.
Okay.
It's a pretty stark
What
juxtaposition.
do they get for it?
I don't know.
They just get the chance
years,
to be good. Like Spartan's like, I'll do anything to be good. And the Devil's like, all right, you can be good 50% of the time.
50's
You'll never
50's
have
a
real
high.
success for that.
Yeah.
He got second place in a major, but that was like the peak of Finem glory.
What was you ever? Again, this is just like a weird getting old thing. But do you ever think to yourself like you've already peaked in certain aspects of life? Like there's gonna be a day where you're the most fit like you'll ever be again, and then there's a day you might be like the happiest, and it's all downhill from there, and that's scary.
Not really. That's okay.
Is it?
You never know when those moments are, You just got to take it one day at a time.
You know, Slacks actually said something that was really insightful to this effect.
What?
It was on the Position 6 podcast. And Slacks said that most people don't actually get to know when the best part of their lives are. But Slacks knows, he knows the best time of his life is right now because he's able to do what he loves. He's super passionate about it, and he's able to grow and, expand what he does. He's always able to do new things. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
That's really cool. That's very, sometimes I feel like the same way. I just kind of bounce between taking completely full advantage of the freedoms that we're afforded because of this lifestyle and then also, just doing the exact opposite. So I got to find that middle ground. Yeah. This is a whole other topic. We need to take a break.
Yeah, the point is you're not really going to ever be able to tell, when the best times of your life are. Only time will tell. And with that, we're going to go to a break before our next series.